guys, so I wanted to come on here and film a quick intro for the video you guys are about to watch. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make labels. I do have a previous video on my channel showing how to make labels, but it's very detailed. It shows how to use Canva and what each of the different features are in Canva, and I go a little more in depth in that video. So if you're an absolute beginner, make sure to check out that video. I will link it on the screen as well as in the description box below for you guys. And then for those of you who are not like extreme beginners, you're fast learners, this video will be perfectly fine for you because I'm going to re-go over me designing the labels for my wax melts, and I'm going to be printing them on camera. We're going to be cutting them and we're going to be adhering them to the product on camera. I'm also going to show you guys the before and after. Like, I've come a long way in label making, so you guys will see that. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and keep on watching. Alright you guys, so as I said, we are using Canva, and I'm going to select the custom dimensions, change that to inches, and for my wax melt labels, I am going to be using 2.25 for the width and 3.25 for the height. And then you're going to click Create Design. So now I have the orientation exactly of how my label is going to be, but blank. And what I want to do is I'm going to add a border, and I'll tell you guys, well, not only is the border part of my new label design, but there's a specific reason why I'm going to have a border on these labels on the outer rim. So I'm changing my border color to orange, and I'm going to expand it so that it takes up the entire perimeter of my label. And then once we're done with that, we're going to add in our logo. Well, I'm adding in my logo. So I have previously uploaded my logo to Canva several times. So I'm just going to click on the upload section, and then I'm going to click on my logo and adjust that on my new wax melt label. So you see me here, I'm going to be moving it around and enlarging it so that it's a little bit bigger. So now I am looking for the textile that I'm going to use for the name of my product. You can see they have a whole different, a whole bunch that you can choose from. And I decided to go with this text. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to ungroup it, and that's simply going to separate the larger text you see here from the bottom text. That's the smaller font. So I'm just going to drag that to the bottom. I'm not deleting that yet because I'm going to use that later. So now I'm highlighting and I am putting in the name of my product, which is my buttermilk pancake wax melt. So I'm writing that in. We want to shrink the font down. It's clearly too big. So I'm doing that. I'm expanding it. Then I'm also going to be using the little paragraph symbol that's next to the italics. And that is just to change the orientation. So I want the whole thing to be centered. So that's what I'm going to do. And then here I'm just readjusting how everything is on the label. I kind of want it to sort of take up like almost the entire, not the entire surface area, but I want everything to be, positioned as best as it could. Then I decided I wanted to change the font because I wasn't really feeling it. So I just highlighted it and clicked down on the drop down font menu, and I'm just going to select a new font. So when you click on that symbol that I'm clicking on now, the lines with the arrows, you can actually adjust the line height, and that just separates the space between each word. So initially I thought I wanted it to be super separated, but then I went back and ended up putting the words a little closer together. And then here I'm changing the font of the product name from black to orange. And you see me, like I said earlier, I decide that I want the words to be closer together. You can choose from the many elements that they have in Canva. Like here I'm looking for pancakes so that I can have a cute little artwork, but I ended up not liking any of the free options. I don't pay for Canva, so I couldn't use the nicer options, so I ended up just uploading an image of a stack of pancakes that I liked. I also deleted that text and used that to create the text that tells you how many ounces my product is, which is 2.5 ounces. And then I'm going to duplicate that so that I have a new text box with the same size and shape of text, and I am going to insert my ingredients. I decided to delete the word wax melt from the product name because it's obviously a wax melt, so I opted to only put the scent that it is. So I'm just going to keep it as buttermilk pancakes, and that little pancake stack fits perfectly underneath. Now that we're all done, we're going to go on the top right where it says download, and you want to download the image to your computer. Now we're going to avery.com and we are going to create a new project. So that's what I'm doing here. And then you want to select a template that has a similar size to the label that you just made or the label you intend to make. So now I have my blank canvas on Avery. I'm going to click image. I'm going to upload an image, and I'm uploading that buttermilk pancake. In the size section, I'm going to update the width to 2.25, and you can see it automatically put the height as 3.25 because we created it to specifically be that size. Now for me, you see that I ignored the signs that they tell you, oh, it's out of line. Well, that's fine because I am not printing my product on perforated paper. I'm printing it on sticker paper that's fully 8.5 by 11. So I don't need to follow the guidelines because I'm going to end up cutting it out myself anyway. So I recommend you create a free Avery account because you can save all your projects, and in the future if you need to reprint these labels for more inventory, it's there for you. So now I'm going to turn my printer on so that I can prep for printing. And I'm going to be using these labels. I mentioned it in like 2 videos already. Of course, it'll be linked down in the description. And it's not perforated, meaning like, so like you have sheets like these that have it pre-cut for you. The one that I'm using, the vinyl glossy paper, it's just like a regular computer paper sheet. It's just one regular 8.5 by 11 sheet. So I'm gonna be cutting it myself. So you guys, this is what it looks like. Loving how it looks. And then I'm going to cut it for you guys and then put it on my product. And like I well, what I was trying to say in the video, if you guys didn't understand, if you're using a printer, a label paper that's pre-perforated for you, like a lot of Avery label papers are, you're gonna want to make sure that your image fits exactly into the guidelines in Avery. So if it tells you you're out of line, you want to make sure that all your stuff is within those lines. That way everything prints out. Because if it's too big, then your image is going to be, your label is going to be cut off. But for me, because of the type of sticker paper that I'm using, it is just like a regular piece of computer paper, 8.5 by 11, but it's all sticker paper. There's no perforations. I have to cut it myself. So I didn't care about it being in line with Avery. I just needed to use the Avery template as a guideline so that it prints out evenly onto the paper. Instead of me trying to like, I mean, I guess you can go in Word and use a template similar to Avery because they do have templates in Words, Microsoft Word, or probably any other word processing app. But Avery is just easy for me. So I utilized that, and now I'm going to show you guys me cutting it and sticking it onto my wax melts. Alright, you guys, so now I'm going to be showing you guys me cutting the labels. This I purchased from Amazon a while back. I used it in my cash envelope. Not like the actual video of how I made cash envelopes, but there was another vlog later on where I was making cash envelopes and I was using this device. And it's just a paper cutter. That way everything is cut evenly. And if I can find the link for this, I'll link it in the description box. Alright, y'all, so I got the wax melts here. I wanted to show you guys a before label. This is what it looked like prior. It kind of sucks because I have a lot of these, but it has the old label, so I'm contemplating whether I sell them because everything is still the same. The product is still the same, still the same ingredients, everything. It's just the label. So I'm contemplating still selling these, and then when these run out, but these fit the aesthetic, so I'm gonna come up with something to do with these wax melts. Not sure yet, but yeah, so these are my melts. As you can see, like, this is how the label would be on there. So cute. Let's stick that on. What a difference. Don't be ashamed if your label looks like the left one. Everybody has to start somewhere. I started there, and with this relaunch, I just wanted everything to be more aesthetically pleasing. Here I'm just setting up the wax melt for some product photos. I'm putting it on this satin piece of fabric that I got from Amazon. I will link it down in the description. Now with using my ring light so that the lighting is on point, I'm going to start taking some photos. You guys can see here some of the photos. And then I do have like a little trick with Instagram. You know how Instagram has like these really cute filters, so that you can add to your story. So I record stories through Instagram with the really cute filters to showcase the product, and I'm gonna show you guys how that looks in just a bit. Now y'all cannot tell me that that does not look bomb. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.